Hello everybody and welcome back to Final Fantasy the Crystal Chronicles. We are about to get started in our 5th year of this game. Before I get going, because I don't want to run into any random encounters, I do need to make a very quick correction to what I said in the last video. I said that we could actually beat the game in year 5, but I was totally wrong. You can get a part of something you need to beat the game in year 5, but you have to wait, I think, until year 8 to actually completely finish the game in total. So I just wanted to make that very quick correction. So the first thing we're going to do in year 5 is, of course, make that step in order to go ahead and get the game finished and be one step closer. Now, starting in year 5, the water patterns will change, and so Tristan's boat is not going to be where it usually is at the Jagan River. It's actually going to be at Port Tippa. So year 5 is probably one of the biggest years in terms of changes. The river has dried up, so you won't be able to visit the plains of Foom at all. You won't be able to visit the Rabina Plains. So Damon's Court, Selection Cave, Rabina Tara, and Conal Karash are all off limits. So that's why I went and I did all those stages before I hit year 5, because I think we have to wait until year 8 to get back to all those places. So you won't be able to use the Jagan River at all. However, if you talk to Tristan, when the river ran dry, I lost my business, so I fled back here. I sailed her pretty far out last year. We'll try a bit farther now. So now we have Mount Kalanda, which was available to us last year, and we have this new location, which is Leuda. So we can still go to Mount Kalanda if we want. If you didn't go ahead and do Mount Kalanda in year 4, you can go there and get a drop. But for right now, we're going to go to Leuda. Leuda is where we need to go in order to advance the story, and it's probably one of the most pain-in-the-butt places ever, so we're going to go there and get it out of our way. Is that a fact? Well, there's a vast desert on Lanari Island where Leuda lies. If you can bring me a cactus flower from there, I'll give you a big discount. So it's kind of like with the Kalanda Sulfur. If we can bring him something, he'll give us a discount on his ferry, which will be good, because as you can see, I think it costs $300 to go to Leuda, and it cost $500 to go to Mount Kalanda. So the discount was really helpful, but for now we're going to have to fork over that 300 gil, so let's get going. And this is pretty much one of the last areas of the entire game to show off. And this is not accessible until year 5, and it is only accessible when the river is dried out. So keep that in mind. I'm going to sail past Mount Kalanda. And this place is pretty much on the very corner of the map. You can't get much out here past this place. And this town is probably by far one of my most favorite towns in the game. It's got great music, and this is the desert-themed area of the game. Look at that. So, this is the town of Leuda. This is no place for outsiders. I wouldn't stay here if I were you. So these are all Selkies. Now, there's a few things to note about this place. The hidden item is by the bridge right there when you first come in, and of course I can't carry it. I have a full rucksack for whatever reason. I think it's all that food I have. I really gotta sell some more stuff or get my crap in order, because seriously, we're going to a new world, and I really can't have all this crap in my inventory. Anyway, it's just a seed anyways. So anyways, secret item is there. One really important thing to remember is that if you are not a Selkie, if you are any other race except for a Selkie, every Selkie you talk to will rob you. Every Selkie you talk to will take away 10 gil or less each time they pickpocket you. But if you talk to like 10 Selkies, if you are one of those people who talks to everybody in town, that's going to be 100 G out of your pocket. However, if you do have less than 100 G, they won't steal from you even if you are not a Selkie. So just keep that in mind. Like, I can talk to whoever I want to, and they're not going to steal my money. But when you do talk to them, they're very unfriendly. They're not really friendly. They don't want anything to do with you. You know, they go on about how you're an outsider. So they're all kind of a bunch of jerks. But anyways, there should be 2 shops around these parts as well. Just talking about the Black Knight. See, this guy should be a shop, but he's not talking to me. I know there's a shop around here somewhere. There should be 2 shops in this town. This is a game we'll get back to in a minute. This is also a shop. I stand watch to make sure monsters stay out of the village. Of course, I run a little side business of my own. I also sell fine goods to visitors from abroad, you see. You have to like talk to them twice to get their store to show up. I don't know why. Selkies are kind of hostile and a little bit rude. I don't know whether I want to go ahead and pay more money and go back to Mars Pass and maybe get something else made to get something out of my inventory. Because I do want to keep all this food. I mean, I know it seems like I'm like hoarding food, but I do like having the food around. It really helps me out. But I should really see about getting like my Valiant weapon made, a Flamecraft, or any of these made, because I've been carrying around I think the Speed Tomb for years now and just haven't had a chance to get it made or anything like that. I'm gonna sell my Flamecraft. I don't think I'm gonna need that. The Valiant weapon I'll hang on to, and that cleared out a few spots on my inventory. It's a shame because you never know what it is you're actually going to need and what you're not going to use. I think I had this problem. I think I went and I sold a bunch of stuff when I was in Tippa too, didn't I? And then I picked up a bunch of rainbow grapes and now I still have a full bag. That's kind of annoying. Anyways, what do you have to offer, sir? Actually, his wares are really not that bad. He's got the Valiant, Mighty, and Victorious weapon. And for some reason, I'm having a total brain fart on which is better. They all cost the same, but these scrolls will go in order of what's the most powerful weapon and what's better to worse. I'll have to figure that out. Because we're about getting ready to get like the best weapon in the game. You just have to have the right scroll for it. He's got all Mithril stuff. Mithril's really, really good, and he can see he has one thing for everybody, really. He's got the armor, which can be put on any character, shield for Kravats, gloves for Lilties, sallets for Ukes, and a belt for a Selkie. I already have the belt, though, so I don't think I'm going to buy anything from him. Either way, though, his wares really are not that bad. Could be worse. What else do we got going on here? I may not look like it now, but I, too, once traveled with a caravan. Long journeys were full of hardship, but there were lots of good times, too. Oh, good for you. It really bothers me, because there is another shop around here, but I just can't seem to find it. They say the Selkies came from the sea, and to the sea we will someday return. I wonder, perhaps the other tribes simply hope to be rid of us. Well, we do cause lots of trouble. And there's also a Moogle home in this town. I just have to figure out how to get up there. It's actually kind of a pain to get to. Aha! I figured it out. You have to sneak behind the tent. Oh, sneaky, sneaky. Alright, let's go get our Moogle stand. If you notice, a cleverly hidden door. And clever it is. Alright, we're almost getting close to finishing up our stamp book. Of course, some of my stamps are missing, because if I don't save myself doing the world, the stamp won't appear. But we're almost done collecting them. Fantastic Koopo, you got a magic stamp, so you can play the minigame. We can now have 3 of those ones on the bottom there. Our bottom part's almost filled up completely, which is awesome. Blah blah blah, need to connect to the Game Boy, multiplayer, yada yada. Alright. No, I didn't, did I really want him to explain it again? No, I got it, thank you. Anywho, while you're here, you will definitely want to trim Mog's hair. I did it last year, but I'm pretty sure, Like his hair grows back after a while, and if you do paint him, the color wears off after a while. Oh, didn't mean to tip him over. Sorry, Mog. So it's always a good idea to keep repainting your Moogle if you're having him painted, or keep trimming him, or, you know, whatever it is that you want to do. Because last year we went to Mount Kalanda, which I said was one of the 2 hot stages in the game. Well, guess what? Leuda, or the next place we're going to, just outside of Leuda here, is the 2nd hot stage in the game. If you don't trim Mog's hair, you're going to be ripping your hair out, because Mog is going to constantly complaining about how hot he is. And it's just going to slow you down, because you're going to have to be carrying the chalice for him and all that stuff. So I'm just going to go ahead and give his hair a good trim. And I tipped him over by accident, but you can actually, like, knock him over, and you can, like, you know, cut underneath his feet and stuff like that. You can also paint him under his feet and stuff like that. But anyways, I think you are nice and trimmed, Mog. Thank you, and hopefully he won't be too hot going into the next world. Alright, now the last thing I want to show you guys is that game I totally skipped, because I'm personally not a huge fan of this game, but I'm going to show it off anyways. This game is only accessible if you are a Selkie. If you're not a Selkie, it's not going to work. So, hey Selkie, want to jump? This is a jumping game. As you can see, these little kids are jumping. I completely forgot how to play this game. All I remember is that I'm absolutely terrible. All you gotta do is hit the buttons the kid tells you to. It seems like it. Ready, go! Oh, crap. A, B, A. I screwed up. I pressed B instead of A. But yeah, I'm terrible at that game, but you get a good skirt shot anyways. Oh, that's it? Yeah. These kids did way better than I am. But anywho, if you get a lot of points in this game, you get some prizes. The only thing that really sucks is that the points you have to get are outrageous. If you get 500 points, you get bronze. 1,000 points, you get iron. More than 2,000 points, you get mithril, and if you get more than 4,000 points, you get some auriculum, which is crazy. I think there's also a trick you can do, though. Talk to this kid again and see if I can show it off really quickly here. If you kind of move your control stick while you're jumping, I think you get like double points and things like that. But of course I screwed up again. I'm trying to do too many things at once, and I'm just really not paying attention as I should be. But yeah, I'm pretty sure there's a way you can double your points if you want to be like really fancy. A, B, A, B. You can see there, I did a bunch of kind of fancy, tricksy moves and stuff like that to get some more points. It's just kind of an example, but yeah, I'm no good at this game, so don't expect me to really show that off or anything too much. But you can get some prizes if you're really good at the game. However, to me, you know, finding all that stuff is just a lot easier by going into the actual world and doing it. So, anywho, I guess that's pretty much it. This is the town of Leuda, like I said, probably one of my favorite towns. But that's all there really is in this town, is just the jumping game. There's a second shop. It's supposed to be this guy, but for some reason he's just being a gigantic jerk face and just does not want to give me anything. Or at least I think it's that guy. It's really gonna bug me. I might have to actually see if I'm somehow missing something or just not paying attention or whatever it is, but we're pretty much ready to leave. So to leave the town, you want to go to the right hand side here and climb up. And then we will be able to visit the one and only stage on Lanari Island, which is the Lanari Desert. So join me next time when we will do the Lanari Desert, guys. Thanks so much for watching, and I hope to see you all next time.